started cleaning in here a couple of days ago and decided I better stop and take some video of the disaster this place is. This room, at least we can now walk into. We've already got a lot of the stuff off the shelves. But there's just trash everywhere. Complete disorganization. This area was piled high with trash. Still has some. This took a couple 55-gallon drums worth of trash just to clean the floors up. And the trash, empty food containers, drink bottles, just trash everywhere. This is what my shop manager left for me. So, as you can see, this is why we're closing the shop. I can't find competent management. And I'm not enough of a mechanic to want to run a shop daily. But when this is the way that it's operated, it'll never be successful. I mean, look at this. This is pitiful. I'll still be able to do the maintenance on my own trucks at my home shop. But this is what my manager left for me. This is the front door. This is the customer entrance. Look at this. This is the entryway coming into the shop, which I've picked up some trash, swept through the basic area right here just so I could comfortably walk in here. Well, I mean, this is supposed to be the customer waiting area. This is the main door that a customer would typically pull up to most of the time, to be inspired by the orderliness and professionalism, detail. Here's the entry to the shop. Pulling in, this is what you would see. And I spoke with him a number of times about getting all this cleaned up. He assured me he would, but he has ghosted me now. He's taking the end of an ambulance to the end of the walk down. Vehicle here in a minute. I'm gonna kill that snake. Well, there's always something keeping me from doing what else I want to do. This morning it's a flat tire on the old backhoe. And that big old thick tire had come off the bead and made it where it was, air pressure alone would not air it up. So, put a strap around it, squeeze that strap down, and it makes the sidewalls push out against the rim. And then you can put air in it. Works quite nicely. Well guys, end of day 3 in the shop. I haven't started on that third of it at all. This center, well actually I guess it's divided into 4 sections with those beams. So that quarter I've not started on at all. This quarter, not done a lot in it because my son, the Marine, has a project here. He's turning this single wheel into a dually and into a 5.9 Cummins diesel, which he has made a significant amount of progress on, but he had to run rescue a friend here just a few minutes ago. Started with just a cab, single rear wheel, and it used to have a gas engine in it, but he's added this diesel. And as you can see, I still have an absolute disaster over there, but this whole center section that was a complete disaster this morning is now down to just a few larger items, all sorted and cleaned up and swept. Still have this bench over here to do, but I've got the office broke down, boxed up for the most part. Still have to take the computer down. Parts room is all tore down. Got those units, all three of those there, sold. The AC machine and tire balancer, tire changer. Pallet full of engine parts still has to go. Shelves are all broke down. Still got to carry that stuff out. Get it all packed on this old bus. But I am making progress, slowly but surely. Hopefully a couple more days I'll have it wrapped up. I should have been videoing this entire process. As you can see, I've gotten this corner of the shop more or less straightened up, sorted out at least. And in just the area that you can see of floor, that pile of trash is what I picked up. And that's the way the entire shop looked. Now that right there is all from this current project. They're actually on the other side of the truck working on it right now. All of those are parts and pieces for this truck. But all the rest of the shop over there and on the other side of that bus look just like that. And I started just scooping up these piles until I realized they were full of tools. I just don't get it. Oh guys, I just don't know what to say. Look at all this oil all over the floor. I got a whole bunch of that cleaned up. I cleaned up the entire pile of trash that was laying over here that I had in the last clip. And now look, got another pile there, another pile here, all swept up from around that expedition over there. This is just crazy. Progress. No more trash on the floor. It's all right here. Oh, there's my new paperwork princess in all his splendid fashion sense. Look at all that. Well, we have finally got everything basically packed. A few little small things sitting here and there. This little disaster area is where my son had his project parked, doing work on it. He and his buddies were here basically all night working on it. But the beast lives. Check this out. Big old Cummins 5.9 and a big old 60-something millimeter turbo, I think is what he said, which is like a third larger than the original turbo. And I can tell by the tracks here that he's had it outside last night, so he's had it for a test drive. I would say he's pretty exhausted. He's got to be back in Nashville today on the plane at 11 o'clock, I think he said. But he reached his goal this time. It runs. And now he left me a mess to clean up. That's alright. I don't mind. Alright guys, this is about day 7, I believe, that we're starting on. And as you can see, we have made some pretty good progress. Just got a little bit of stuff still to pick up here in the office area and the parts room. Those 3 items are sold, so I don't have to mess with those. The buyer's gonna come pick those up. And that belongs to a friend who'll be stopping by to pick it up. So all I've got to do is sweep the floor in there. Clean this little workbench off. And now that my son has got his beast running, we can get started picking up and cleaning up in this area. All of that belongs to somebody else, so they'll be cleaning that up. Got a little bit over on that far side to pick up. Mostly bigger items here. Big air compressor. Not him, he blows a lot of hot air too, but the air compressor over there. My toolbox. Welder and cutting torch. Just a few miscellaneous odds and ends. Of course, he's doing body work on it, or will be, so he's piecing it together with different pieces from different trucks that are still in good condition. You just got to sand it and paint it. It's got about a 4-inch lift on it. Gonna be a pretty awesome old truck if you like the old square body with Cummins 5.9 turbo diesels. Well, this day is about over. It's about 9 o'clock at night. Somebody's gonna be coming to pick up that transmission. As you can see, they're pretty well cleaned up. Got some awesome for scrubbing the floors. We gotta do is back that bus out. It's got all a bunch of tools on it. My former foreman's supposed to be coming by to pick up his stuff, which is this entire pile. And I've got that trailer load of stuff to pull out. I have a little welding project I still have to do, so still have this stuff sitting out. A little bit to clean off that counter and we're done. Big open building. So we're finishing up in here, as you can see. Coming along quite nicely. We was trying to load this compressor and we decided this air was awful heavy. Then we figured out why. Compressed air, or in this case, compressed water. Look at it pouring out of there. It was probably half full of water. Super humid here in this area. It's pouring rain right now. Well, it's Friday evening, and I am basically done. I'll finish up a little bit Sunday morning. That truck and trailer is loaded and ready to go. That stuff belongs to somebody else. That truck I'm pulling out and leaving with. Those 2 piles go on the trailer that I'm switching over to. And then the floor needs swept and I'm out of here. So I'll have that all done Sunday morning if all goes well. Taking tomorrow off. I'm gonna go chillax a while. Tired, not used to having to work. Getting fat and lazy sitting around driving truck all day. So I'm taking the bus to the house right now. I'm gonna come back and get that ready. Well guys, I wish that I could say it is 100% done, but there's still a few little odds and ends like that 4-wheeler that somebody's got to come pick up. Just a couple little odds and ends laying here and there. Still have to sweep the floor, pressure wash it, these straps go on one of the car hauling trailers. That'll be taken care of tomorrow. That belongs to one of the techs. He's got to come by and pick it up. Pile of junk, still got to go. But as you can see, tremendous progress, especially considering that the half dozen or so people that benefited greatly by unlimited free use of the shop were suddenly way too busy to help when it came time to move out. Sad state of affairs. But it's the world we live in. Anyway, I'm pulling out in the morning, getting back on the road. My brother-in-law is going to try to finish up everything. And the shop is closed.